Okay, why must I?
Neo San Francisco, 2064 AD.
We're gonna be
The
looking
world thrives on a constant flow of groundbreaking technology.
Can you not skip this?
Cybernetic augmentation and genetic modification allow the repair.
There we go. Right. So in the 1 hour challenge, I basically played a game that I've started a little bit, made sure it's not totally awful, and then play it for another hour to see whether it can hold up for that long. Because, you know, a lot of times you'll get frustrated with a game as you go on, but ultimately, if a game can hold up for even a solid hour, it basically at that point, I think is objectively better than like the majority of indie games on the market right now. Because there's just so many games that you really just cannot possibly enjoy it for more than an hour.
Your Crassula ovata isn't doing very well.
So in this game, we have, we're a little bit in the future, and there are these robots called ROMs, and this is one such ROM, but he's not our ROM. He's our friend's ROM, but our friend was abducted, and so this robot came to us to help us rescue the friend to figure out what's going on. So that's
Have
that's
you
the
been
premise.
overwatering it?
But he's cute. Oh, plants need lots of water.
It's actually a succulent, and since I'm assuming you leave this window open all the time, it should get more than enough water just from the occasional rain blowing in. Speaking of the rain, your decorative plant may be doing poorly, but the mildew in your drywall is flourishing.
That's great. The voice acting in this game is really strong.
How thoughtful of them! The Crassula ovata, also known as the jade plant, money tree, lucky tree, or friendship tree, is an excellent and easy to care for houseplant. They make beautiful bonsai, are suitable for beginners, and have some cultural significance both in the Far East and America as a token for good financial luck. Most likely an urban legend, but still a nice gift.
So he seems really focused on deconstructing my apartment and not so much at the moment on rescuing the friend. Here we go.
Okay. Still, I'll keep an eye on it.
He's
It's almost
insistent
the
on being
time
helpful.
Hayden had scheduled to meet with Tomcat. We should make our way to Stardust soon. Your city map is updated with the location.
I know that all these names mean nothing, but don't worry, they don't mean anything to me either. It's not really a consequence of it. You just go to the place where you have to do the thing.
Well, this looks like the place, assuming the flashing neon signs are telling the truth. From the sounds
What a
of the
flashing
music,
neon
things
sign
are
ever lie.
already underway at Stardust, even so early. Hopefully we can find...
Are we gonna have to sneak our way in because there's a bouncer?
I'm surprised they're using a human bouncer instead of a ROM. That's a nice, authentic touch.
I guess. I can hug the bouncer. This seems like a legit course of action. Can we enter?
Hold up there. Got ID?
That's pretty weak voice acting compared to the robot.
Alright, looks good to me.
Oh, that was easy.
Welcome to Stardust.
I kind of thought that was going to be more
This
elaborate.
is the place. Have you ever been here before? It does seem to be a bit boisterous for your tastes, at least from what I know of them. Still, the noise and the crowd should help keep our investigation clandestine.
That's good enunciation.
Anyway, where do you think we should start? Good idea.
literally
idea.
at the bar.
Maybe the bartender can
Morning, friend. What can I do for you?
Oh, let's get a drink.
What do you have?
Blue boy.
So many drinks these days.
Dictionary, the Open Alcoholopedia says,
2/3 a part spiced black rum, 2/3 a part blue curacao, 6 parts champagne, plus 1 lime zest. It sounds delicious.
Does that sound good?
Yes? I want one.
Ah, all right, you got.
Dude, I'm like about to go make one of these. Like, forget this
Now,
game.
what
go
is
make
it
a
you
blue
need
boy.
I'm pretty sure Tomcat came in earlier, but I don't know where they went off to. I'd ask what you were meeting about, but I know they like to keep that kind of stuff quiet.
Why are you using a gender-neutral pronoun, please?
Maybe try looking out on the dance floor. If they come around here, I'll tell them you're looking.
Thanks for the drink.
Enjoy yourself, and don't be a stranger.
Okay. How much dance floor do we have here? Bet it's this person. Do we have to beat Megaphobiter to unlock what happens next? Dancer, dance. Oh, hey, this person does the question mark, so that's a promising
Yes,
sign.
can I help you?
Are you Tomcat?
Huh? Tomcat is... Oh, wait, I get it. You headed right up to the chick with the ears, because of course she'd be the one with the cat name.
No, I did it because you are question marks while everyone else was,
Unfreaking believable. Find them yourself, jerk. Fine. But you didn't think of how that would sound? Look, I'm cruising for cuties right now, and cat jokes are the biggest turnoff. I don't know where Tomcat is, so look for them elsewhere. And one more thing.
if cat ears is a turnoff, why would you get cat ears? Never mind.
Don't expect others to be so kind. Or even me most times. You want to talk about the hybrid thing? Cool. No one's trying to hide it.
I wasn't
You
making
won't
it.
have an easy time avoiding it at this club.
Tomcat doesn't even sound to me like...
But jokes, puns, and worse, assumptions? That will get you blacklisted fast. We don't all have the energy to handhold genotypical people who can't
This
spare
character
10
is making me
seconds
like
to...
the game less. Like, I
If
would have
you
walked
try
away
to
by now.
pet me, you're... We clear?
Can this character stop
sorry,
being
did you
relevant
say
to the game?
genotypical?
Turing, don't prolong
Yeah,
this
as
conversation.
in not a hybrid like me. Now then, I'm not here to educate you, and I do have a life to return to.
Oh, is that our clue?
What the hell is your You want to spew that shit? Join the protests outside Genus. Now get lost. Want to keep pushing me? You'll regret it fast.
No, I won't.
Don't make me have Majid throw you out of here.
I keep trying to.
Are you...
Hi there. I heard you were looking for me.
Oh, there we go. Hey, it worked. Antagonizing the cat
Yours truly, though.
got me right where I wanted.
Although, while I like the attention, it'd be just grand if you didn't holler for me so loudly. I do my share of flirting with both sides of the law. Wouldn't want little old me to get in trouble, huh? So, to what do I owe the pleasure?
This.
Hayden's missing.
Yes, Hayden is missing. We have
Well,
to find the Hayden.
It's one way to sour my night. I already saw you got his little ROM with you, so I'll give you the benefit.
You know, Hayden never mentioned your...
Well, sure thing, hon. I helped reprogram the back end on your OS so the AI code Hayden wrote for you would work properly with the mesh network.
Sure.
I have a distressing lack of information on my own creation. Hayden never saw fit to inform me on what went into designing my programming. Is there anything else you can tell me?
Not much more on that end. I'm a crack shot at making the Lips OS dance to my tune, but Hayden's coding in your AI core is a whole different can of worms. Way out of my league. Sorry, doll. Anything else I can help with? Hayden and I met not long after my blackout expired, when he recruited me for my expertise in Lips. It puzzled me at the time, since he's very sharp
Lips
at
is
stuff.
like-
I mean, he could have done the job
about service?
blindfolded and boozy. I think he just wanted someone working on
Like
it off the
YouTube.
book. He ain't the most,
Like, it's also an operating system? YouTube becomes an operating system in this future? Sure. Or is it supposed to be Apple? I don't know. Yeah. Maybe it's probably supposed to be Apple.
Mostly that little bite you got there. Well, I'm sure he had his fingers in lots of pies, but Turing is all I knew about. Whew, it's a powerful OS, and it's since been adapted to run on ROMs after they figured out how much more efficient it is. It's focused on learning algorithms, so it can tailor itself to each user's habits, and it functions through using a distributed mesh network for non-essential public files.
Why do both of these sound so stupid?
Huh. My mama would have sussed your tongue for that.
Yeah, they're
Don't
both
be so
terrible
rude.
options. They were both stupid
Besides,
options.
Why
Give me an
couldn't you-
option that doesn't sound rude.
I
and
know,
don't say
fella.
the rude option.
I'll amuse your friend here. That's just a fancy way of saying all ROMs connect to all other ROMs within range, and they share all files the user hasn't tagged as private. It's handy in dense population areas like NeoXF, since it can bypass regular telecom nodes to access the internet.
How? What?
Out in the sticks, though, you're stuck connecting to regular old pipes. Yeah. I don't rightly know.
I can't avoid the thought that Hayden's disappearance has something to do with me, based on his recent behavior.
Seems like not unreasonable supposition.
Well, let's see. Hayden was pretty hush-hush about his work on your creation, but if Parallax found out about it somehow, ooh, that might have changed things. It ain't always so good for a big company when their leading product declares independence. I'm certain Hayden had some kind of intellectual property clause written into his contract with them, but he would just get fired, maybe even sued. I can't imagine they would disappear him. I mean, they ain't the CIA or anything.
Yeah, clearly it's Apple Corporation. Although maybe they would, I don't know. I think Apple probably would disappear someone if they really had the need to. Why are you so obsessed with Catgirl? I don't care about her anymore.
Yeah, I'm not real sure, hun. But it would likely help if we knew why he went missing in the first place.
Yeah, that sure would help.
I'll stay here and ask around a bit. People know
Oh.
me, and they sure ain't gonna talk to a newbie like yourself.
This sounds
Why
like a
don't
great
you hop
plan.
back over to Hayden's place and grab the data cache out of his computer for me?
Sure.
We can go over his research notes and see if we can't find a reason for his being back. If Parallax is involved, there's probably something we're not seeing yet. Best to get all the clues we can find.
Okay.
The data cache would be the best place to start. Good luck. Turing, you keep out of trouble.
I hadn't finished the drink. Okay, I still don't really care. But whatever. Okay, we're going to Hayden's apartment. Makes sense.
We should go ahead and get moving. Oh, drat. I did not expect the police to get involved so quickly. The situation is already growing out of our control.
Right here? It's kind of
I
confusing having
suppose
this
we
image
don't
up
have to
here.
hide the fact of Hayden being missing anymore, but we do have to move faster. Do you have
They
any
couldn't do
ideas
one
on
more
how to
image
get in there
to
and
show that
grab
we're
that
not
data
standing
cache?
directly in front of it. It's not gonna let the police take over.
Who would that be? I found no such connection when I compiled your personal history. Give me a moment. Oh, I see now. Detective Lexi Rivers. She used to date your sister.
Whoa, Lexi hit detective,
I
man.
must have missed that link in your history. You have
I
a
know
very
someone who's new to
poor
the
net
district,
presence.
but is detective. Okay.
It makes anticipating your needs more difficult. Well, setting aside your unreasonable distaste for technology, I agree with your suggestion. Her online profile suggests that she might be willing to work with us off the books, so to speak.
Yeah, it's what I just said.
Considerable boon,
You had to
since I
do a
would prefer to
full
maintain-
scan on your own
Let us go
to
and find
second
Miss-
guess my choice.
Oh, right. Should I refresh my protocols for handle? Done and done. We wouldn't want any social.
I have no idea what you
Now
just
lead
did.
the way.
Golden Gate Park. Okay. Nope.
Do you think I'd look nice in that hat? I'd really love that. Maybe it would look better in orange or a green,
I mean, it'd be nice if it matched your color.
perhaps a mauve.
No mauve. Don't joke about mauve, man. That's serious business there.
Eucalyptus globulus, the Tasmanian blue gum.
I'm just looking for Lexi, dude. I don't want to know the full history of the plan. Please stop.
Okay.
He's so disappointed, but he's so annoying.
Hello, I'm Alfie, I-83. How may I help you? Would you like some cool, refreshing water?
Yeah.
Sure thing. Okay, here you go.
Sweet.
Water levels, okay. Would you care to donate some credits to the...
Raw recycling for a Greener Earth Foundation.
No.
All right. Please have a nice day.
Oh, I didn't even see the go right thing. Hey, it's Lexi.
Hey there. Long time. Give me a few minutes to wrap this up, okay? I swear you wouldn't believe the amount of paperwork I have to file over a damn wrecked Froyo stand. By the way, how's your sister doing? I don't know if you've heard, but we got some phantom robot on the loose that everyone is calling Wonder Boy. Supposed to be a hero of the people or something, but I have no idea what smashing a Froyo stand has to do with it. I guess it's just a bunch of kids screwing around at night and getting a thrill out of some light vandalism.
Seems plausible.
But the brass said to take it seriously, so that's what I'm gonna do. It's not like I have real cases I could be working on or actual criminals to be hunting down or anything.
Oh, what?
If I had known that this is all they would give me, I never would have transferred.
Why did you move?
I transferred because the credits were good. I thought being in a bigger city would mean I'd get to work some bigger cases. Instead, I'm stuck chasing ghosts and dead ends. Let's see. I'm too young for full detective. I'm too big of a hothead. I've got a history. I have augments. Take your pick. So yeah, I have plenty of spare time to help you with whatever you got.
Cool.
It's gotta be better than dealing with it. But hold on one sec. Let me steal a break from this guy. So, fill me in. What's going on? Oh, shoot, that's no good. How long have they been gone? I'll have a hard time getting a focused effort on the case immediately unless there's evidence of foul play.
Unfortunately, Detective, things aren't precisely that serious. I am Hayden's personal ROM, and I was witness to the kidnapping. I can assure you Hayden was taken by force, and that time is of the essence. Just prior to the incident,
What
he
would Turing
instructed
do
me to
if
seek
she
help
said
should
we should
anything
go to
bad
the police,
happen.
though? That's what I want to know.
I now believe he has been expecting trouble of this magnitude. We need your help if we're going to track him down.
Damn. All right then, I'll do what I can to open up an investigation. I can't guarantee I'll be put on the case, conflict of interest and all, but I can sure keep tabs on things for you.
Yes, Hayden is a senior researcher at Parallax, and I know he was working on some very high-profile projects for the company. It's quite likely that he was taken by somebody with enough money and influence to ensure anything official goes nowhere. You yourself have already cast doubt on your superior's judgment. Unfortunately, we share the sentiment.
We know so little about
In
the
fact,
seniors.
we know there is already some kind of currently ongoing investigation. We were stopped from entering Hayden's apartment by an NSFPD ROM. That's why we came to you. We were hoping you would be empathetic to our cause.
You know, you're a bit chattier than most ROMs. I guess it makes sense that Parallax employees get the shiniest new toys, huh? I'll see what's going on in the department. I don't know what I can do if someone inside actually is dirty, but I can pass information to you if I decide my superiors aren't taking things seriously. They wouldn't have left only one bot by the door if it was something important enough to squash. Hopefully it's unrelated. I'll get back to you on it soon. Just relax and we'll figure this out. Promise. No way, not gonna happen. If there's already an investigation, I'm not gonna let you just waltz in and tamper with evidence, cover up or not. At least give me a day to make sure they're doing the job right. Look, I'm taking this seriously, and so should you.
Yeah, like, isn't in any sort of missing person situation the first 24 hours the most important? I mean, if you're not going to go
Hayden
to
is
the
in real
apartment
danger,
now,
you bumbling after whoever took him is just gonna get you killed. I don't need that kind of crap on my conscience.
although she makes great points. I mean, I disagree with this whole, like, we have to be our own detectives thing. It seems so forced. Like, we can't just play a detective in this game? It would make so much more sense.
Sure you can. All the way up until you don't. Just let it go. I lost too much playing fast and loose with this kind of situation back home. I have to handle this. No. I'm sorry, but we're not gonna do it that way. I know you think I'm just being paranoid, but the city is tense right now. With the protests and everything going on, you might be poking around in a hornet's nest. Let me do my job. Get a weapon of some kind and stay safe. You better. I don't have a stick up my ass about regs, but I'm not gonna send an untrained civilian into this alone. Now let's split up for a bit. I still gotta finish up this Froyo thing. I'll call you about the case later, all right?
Sure.
Well, that didn't go how I'd hoped, but maybe it isn't a total loss. I have another idea on how to get us both inside the apartment. I'll need to get my hands on Detective Rivers' police identification badge.
Yeah, the person who was going to help us, now we're going to
I
alienate.
can just detect its outline in the fabric of her jacket pocket. We can't risk being too I'm sure you can come up with some way for me to scan it. I have faith in you.
I know who you are.
I thought I had water. What happened to my water? Did it die?
Toppings everywhere. The humanity of it.
It's very silly. Maybe I have to get the water again?
Hello, I'm Alfie. Oh, you already seem to have a full glass of cool, refreshing water.
Some people see the glass half empty, some see the glass half full. Alfie sees yours as completely full.
What if I want some for a friend, huh? Good, nanai me then. I guess I can't use the water on anyone else.
Hello, I'm Alfie. Sure thing. I'll refill that right away. Please wait. Oh, this is embarrassing. I seem to have run out of cool, refreshing water.
That was fast. He's freaking out, man.
Water levels. Not okay. Water levels. Not okay. Water levels. Not okay. I'll be right back.
That was a terrible plan.
Perfect. That's all I needed.
Are we gonna turn the water back on before we
Let me keep
leave?
that
Now that
under my-
we've indirectly assaulted a police officer?
Hey!
What?
What the hell are you doing with my ID?
Oh, excuse me, Detective Rivers. I noticed it fell out of your pocket after that wayward ROM crashed into you, and I wanted to make sure it didn't get lost in the shuffle.
Huh. Thanks. What hit me? You said it was a ROM?
Yes, it seemed to be following faulty programming of some kind. Perhaps it was the same one that damaged this vendor's cart. It headed off in that...
Guess I should check it out. Not like I have any other leads on this jackpot of a case. Hey you, Froyo guy? Tag along with me in case I need you to identify the bot.
Who, me? But I've got to attend my stand.
Cut the crap. It's not going anywhere, and the robot I posted will make sure nobody messes with the crime scene.
Yes, ma'am.
And you too. Don't think I don't know you're up to something. Keep your noses clean. I'll be in touch.
You can't turn the water back on?
As I was saying, let me keep it under my hat for now. I am more than just a walking search engine, you know. Dramatics aside, we should return to Hayden's apartment.
There. Okay, back to the apartment. Now we ruined the integrity of the crime scene and incriminate our friend. This is a good plan. Where's the other ID?
This is Detective Lexi Rivers, badge number 881126. I will be entering the crime scene with my assistant to gather evidence. Please move out, but maintain the perimeter.
Guess we lost the voice acting. That's too bad. It's so hard to actually stay focused on the text when it's like, why don't we just go into the apartment now? Like, we have to have like 3 paragraphs about everything. Can we move inside, maybe?
What?
Huh.
Oh no! No, 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 no! Our apartment! My home! Who could have done this? Why?
Guess the police?
What does the human revolution want with Hayden? Why would they break our things? I don't know what to do. This place, these items, they're all I have of Hayden. What if he's gone for good? What will I do if we can't find him? This was all I had left.
He's freaking out, man. It's just stuff.
You're right. I apologize for... Well, let's look around and see if we can find the data cache in all this mess. We don't have time to waste on my histrionics.
It's not exactly the word I would use here. Poor plant. I feel like I'm running out of things to click on. Did I somehow miss something here? Why would they destroy the plant? Seems silly.
I think you're right about this being human revolution propaganda, but Hayden is an unlikely target. I know they don't like Parallax because they think advanced technology in general is bad, but they spend most of their time going after hybrids and cyborgs. I'll run some deep meshnet searches and see if anything turns up.
If you say so.
I think the data cache is gone.
Oh, okay.
We've searched everywhere. I hate to return to Tomcat empty-handed, but this leaves us twisting in the wind. Perhaps they can point us in a new direction. The data cache is no longer our main objective, but it would be nice to know where it is and why it was taken. I wonder what the human revolution would need the data cache for anyway. That's a distinct possibility. I just don't have enough personal experience with the human revolution to give you an honest answer. The information on the meshnet is extremely conflicting and desperately polarized. Some of it paints them as neo-druid nature lovers, other parts as bigots stuck in the past. Perhaps we could... Hey! What's wrong? Right. No!
What just happened? If you say so. Did I just pass out from so much rambling? I think I passed out from all his rambling. Like, I like the robot, but sometimes it's, like, too much.
Thank goodness you're finally awake! I have spent the past 30 minutes calculating the odds of you being indefinitely incapacitated or immobilized. I'm relieved to find my pessimism was misplaced and that you appear to be okay.
Why would I be gone?
Thankfully, that headache is your biggest worry. Things could have ended very differently if our assailants were serious about doing us harm. After we collapsed, my power systems were jammed by whoever attacked us. It took me 2 minutes to reboot and call an ambulance. When we left, I noticed they had done the same thing to the NSFPD ROM that was standing post. It takes a lot of power to crash one of those, even temporarily.
Huh.
Serious military hardware like that is difficult to obtain, but that type of non-lethal electrical field would interrupt my systems as well. Likely a mil-spec neuro-scrambler.
Why would they attack and leave?
If we walked in on them while they were searching the apartment for Hayden's files, I can understand them stunning us to make their escape. But the probability that they're actually after me, or rather the research behind my creation,
but they would have just had
seems
you.
high.
You were
Leaving
stunned.
me when I was so vulnerable makes no sense.
Yeah.
I now believe my original hypothesis to have been correct. Hayden must have been kidnapped by a powerful organization looking to get control of his research. Trashing our apartment may have been a cover for the theft of the data cache we were looking for. A reasonable deduction. But if they don't yet have Hayden's research, we may still have time to rescue him before something really bad happens. No, I didn't. They assaulted us from behind, and nothing showed up on my optics before I was disrupted. They either had cloaking of some kind, or were extraordinarily careful while making their way into the apartment. My optics, while not top of the line, are better than an off-the-shelf ROM's, and I should have been able to detect any thermal changes from someone being there. Oh, before I forget, here are your belongings. The nurses had me hold on to them for you until you awoke. Here's your ID card. Don't lose this again. Here are those headphones you reviewed. I noticed the article on your computer before. Good job getting published. And finally, here's your commemorative glass of water that you got from Alfie. Looks like it got broken.
Not the glass of water.
Now all we have is this broken commemorative glass. You're right. You wouldn't want to cut yourself. Just let me know when you want to leave.
Excuse me. Are you talking about Hayden Weber?
Sorry for being a nosy, Nancy. Hayden's an old friend of mine, and this sounded all too familiar. Has anything happened to him? I hate to be the one to tell you, but privacy screens are hardly soundproof. However, if this situation concerns us both, perhaps we can help each other. Of course, I've not yet introduced myself. My name is Dr. Yannick Fairlight, and I'm the founder and former CEO of System 1 Software, now owned by Parallax.
He is telling the truth, at least as far as I can intuit from information on the MeshNet.
Yeah, obviously.
And I do recall Hayden mentioning a Dr. Fairlight, at least once in passing at some point.
See, I don't butt. I won't press you for details, but perhaps I could be of some assistance, I remember my association with Hayden fondly, and I'd be happy to help in any way I can. Yes, as I've mentioned, Parallax acquired my company, System 1 Software. I accepted a CTO position, and additionally served on Parallax's board for several years. The other directors and I had a difference of opinion about the direction the organization should take. The non-centralized data scheme for most ROMs used today seemed ludicrous at the time. We were playing with fire, dangerous, morally ambiguous fire, and well, we hadn't invented a bucket of water. So when Parallax's servers were destroyed by hobbyist hackers, well, needless to say, it was a PR nightmare. Everything halted until we could get the damage fixed. And since the security work that goes into maintaining the integrity of near-impenetrable MeshNet is astronomically expensive, we had our share of disagreements. In the end, I was voted off the board and they went on without me. Do I have hard feelings? Of course, who wouldn't? In the end, though, it really doesn't matter. I'm an old rich man with enough hobbies to last the next 2 decades. Hayden and I made our acquaintance when the two companies first underwent the merger. At the time, he was a young, hotshot researcher working in the search data correlation sector. He was assigned to find the best ways to integrate Parallax's own collection and analysis tools into System 1's LIPS operating system. He was a bit much to handle at times, honestly, but I admired his passion for the subject. His research, no. I remember at the time he had interest in advanced machine sapience, but that is the realm of science fiction. He once showed me a prototype of his. She was quite clever, very convincing, but you could tell she did not contain the spark of life. I assume that you are another of his creations.
Yes, I am. I'm sorry, I didn't introduce myself. My name is Turing. Did you say...
Ah, yes. She was quite insistent on that fact, over the course of my conversation with her. Hayden said that she had picked out the color for her casing herself, pastel pink. Still, I must assume you are far more advanced than she if you're spearheading the search for your creator. Perhaps I should have had more faith in Hayden's little hobby.
Do you know what became of her, or where she might be now? Hayden has told me so little of his past research.
I'm sorry, Turing. It was a long time ago, and I'm afraid my memory is not what it used to be. If any of my contacts in Parallax make mention of your erstwhile sibling, I'll pass it on to you.
Thank you, Dr. Fairlight.
Of course. The chair you find me in is an advanced diagnostic and life support ROM. Its development is one of my hobbies, so to speak. It monitors my vitals and administers medications as necessary to keep my body stable. I likely would have perished long ago without it, or at least would have been severely bedridden. It requires frequent maintenance, and I'm here to have it examined. There's a particular fellow at this hospital who is the only one I trust to run the correct diagnostics and fine-tune things to my exact needs. It's the same way you might get your car serviced, making sure everything's in check. It's too integral to my health to count on just luck. Unfortunately, many critically injured patients were rushed into surgery all at once. My appointment has been pushed back. The hospital administrators placed me here with a resting patient so as not to be disturbed by the chaos outside. I don't think they expected you to awaken quite as quickly as you did. I can think of a few ways. I still have some contacts in Parallax and can put out some quiet feelers. Maybe they'll know something. I will admit, I don't have much to offer until there's more information. Is there anything you can tell me? I'd like to help in any way I can. What did you find at Hayden's apartment?
The first time we went, nothing. But when we went back to extract his computer's data cache, the place had been pillaged, and the Human Revolution had spray-painted slogans all over our walls. Hayden's computer was gone, and we were assaulted. And now we're here, injured and losing our trail with each passing second. We're still frustratingly in the dark and running out of time. I fear Hayden is slipping out of reach. I am failing him.
I'm very sorry to hear that. I wish I could do more. Hayden's company was most enjoyable. What do I want? It would be nice to be young again, play the darling of the company, court prince and pauper alike. But right now, someone I grew very fond of is in great danger. I simply wish to see Hayden home again, safe.
It's been very interesting speaking to you, Dr. Fairlight. I don't think we have any choice.
If I'm looking into this on my own, you might as well benefit from it. We both want the same thing, yes? It's up to us to seize opportunity when it appears. I think I have a lead for you two that will prove most useful. You said you found Human Revolution slogans spray-painted on the wall. I am acquaintances with the man leading the current Human Revolution protests at the Genus Clinic.
Oh, really?
His name is Brian Mulberry.
Brian Mulberry. The name sounds, I don't know.
After an introduction from me, he may be willing to shine some light on that particular event. Ah, well, When I exited Parallax, I sought out like-minded individuals. We worked together to prevent a full deployment of the MeshNet system. Brian Mulberry was one such person. We did not succeed in our efforts. Come to think of it, that event might have been what prompted Brian to take a more radical stance against technology. But yes, our motivation... I will send a message downstairs to my assistant, Leon Decker. He will hand you one of my cards to prove your association with me to Mr. Mulberry. Make sure you speak to him before you leave. In the meantime, I'll get in touch with some other individuals I know and try to find out any other information about Hayden that I might be able to pass on to you. I'll be in contact. It was a pleasure meeting you both.
Yeah, we should definitely get going. This conversation has been going on forever.
Do not let me delay you any further. Good luck, Turing. I don't think Hayden's faith in you is misplaced. You are an impressive piece of technology.
Thank you, Dr. Fairlight. We'll be in touch. Should I call downstairs to have you discharged?
What the hell is wrong with you?
Right?
I can't believe that you're still pulling the exact same shit you were years ago. But
I love how the
time,
game never lets you save.
Even realize
you just keep
I should be
going.
slapping cuffs on you and drag.
There's no way to stop the
Detective
momentum.
Rivers, wait.
Like there's no break.
The plan to lift your credentials and use them to access Hayden's apartment was entirely mine. Also, I feel it necessary
I guess
to mention
the only way to
that though you
save
are
was
understandably
to
upset,
stay in the
such
hospital room.
language and imagery is beneath
Whatever.
you as a respected officer of the...
Oh, great. The robot did it, huh? I guess I'll just take you to jail then instead. That what you want? Don't even try to take all the blame. I know that a certain someone lent you a helping hand. It isn't like you have the hardware to pull that off alone, little bot.
Well, to be honest, Detective Rivers, I think I'll tell you the whole truth, since my friend here trusts you. Keep it under your hat, though, metaphorically. I am no ordinary ROM, but actually a prototype designed to be the first fully sapient machine. I suspect creating me is the main factor behind Hayden's disappearance, beyond his day-to-day research for Parallax. My name is Turing.
Whew. Okay. Hi, Turing. Well, that is a damn bigger problem than you first let on. The first machine sapient. People are gonna have things to say about that. Especially the human revolution. Ugh. This is exactly what I wanted to avoid. You sure know how to get yourself dropped in the drink. What the hell am I supposed to do with the two of you? I guess I'm letting you off the hook.
Lexi is such a bad character.
This time, and only because this time I can let you get away with it safely. I doubt anyone will notice your manipulation of that NSFPD ROM, nor that I was apparently in two places at once. But mostly because I think you're right. Someone higher up in the department is trying to delay any search into Hayden's
You discovered this after half an hour?
Here's the story. Apparently, the investigations you ran into this morning were about the lock on the apartment door being reported broken by a neighbor. The building couldn't reach Hayden, so they went ahead and got it fixed on their own, but the NSFPD sent a bot to check things out and guard the place for a while afterward, right? Standard procedure, treating it as a break-in. Have someone there for when Hayden shows up. Obviously, you and I know there's a bigger story. But when I filled out the missing person report, I was informed in no uncertain terms that I am to wait an entire 48 hours before I can upgrade the existing case. Why? Just on the off chance the door being busted and Hayden being missing are unrelated and my search screws something up for the completion of the break-in report. As if. There's a problem if you're so by the book you're getting paper cuts. And that was before all of this happened. The chief's
really
not happy
didn't
about
even know
whoever
all
checked the
that.
bot out. That's who the...
Today's assault and the vandalization of our apartment will only make the entire situation more confusing and sensitive for the police.
There's too many moving parts to piece anything together, and it's not fun trying to argue with the bureaucrats that one thing happened over another. These little incidents of smashing shit and spray paint sound more like Froyo Stand 2.0 to them than a serious abduction.
And I suppose I won't be very useful as a witness to the kidnapping without explaining the makeup of my being to the entire department, which will only scandalize things further. Darn it all.
Look, it's not being squashed completely, so I don't think anyone's been bought. But until there's undeniable proof Hayden was taken by force, they're gonna care more about the poor doorknob and some paint on the walls than him being missing. Which means somebody definitely has some influence, enough to buy themselves time by forcing me to follow protocol to a T. Not that I will, but I'm gonna have to keep things quiet.
It sounds like it's going to be up to us.
But why introduce this character if she's going to be so useless?
Yeah, so stop messing around. There's certainly a story here, but if you keep botching your moves,
character
you'll
is so
blow it.
wildly inconsistent. We were in a hospital. Like, this is very awkward writing.
I'd really rather you not be involved at all, but I know that isn't going to happen at this point.
Like, this character was,
I've got a
I don't want to let anyone get hurt, and I literally got hurt while disobeying her, and now she's like, oh, there's a cover-up, so now it's your responsibility. This is just
And I really don't want to be the one making that.
This is really inconsistent characterization.
Yeah, I know. Just here. Take
Gave me
this.
a gun?
Use it.
It's not. This is a medium-range electrolaser pistol. It uses a low-power laser to create a channel of ionized gas to complete a circuit feature. Think of it as a wireless taser of the older variety. This is a more suitable personal defense weapon, and it is legal to carry in the OSF without a license. The neural scrambler we were attacked with uses a powerful that's far more dangerous and prone to be permanently damaging to the target. You got lucky.
I told you to get a weapon, but you didn't, so I picked it up on the way here. Be smart with it.
Well, the game didn't give me an option to get a weapon.
Me either.
I would have gone and got, I would have, you know, imagine if this
I'll
game
be in
let you
touch if I
choose
find
your
anything
weapon.
out, but don't hold your breath. My superiors are gonna keep leaning on me to... Back to the grind, I guess. See you. Stay safe.
Thank you for your time, Detective Rivers.
This game really falls apart in the second hour, man. I mean, it's not
You should talk to the
bad,
receptionist
but
and formally check
pace
out.
is really
We
slow.
should also look for Dr. Fairlight's assistant, Mr. Decker.
Characters are much less interesting. I think this is basically failing our challenge. Yeah, I'm done. Well, I mean, the game, I played it, how long did I actually end up playing this? Where is it? 64. No, I got 2 hours into this game. And I think I was still having fun for like the first hour and 15, hour and a half. So on the whole, it's probably on one of the best kind of these retro adventure type games. I mean, the voice acting is sometimes really good. Like the initial lines with the ROM are really strong. In chapter 2 though, I feel like it's just the characters don't make sense, the characters are uninteresting. The scenes are, I don't know, it just, I was definitely, I mean, I didn't feel like I was making choices anymore. I was just going through this linear narrative. Which, I mean, it was pretty much linear before, but, I don't know. There wasn't really much in the way of interesting puzzles. Oh well. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed watching, and I'll be back, tomorrow, or no, well, I might be back with more next time. Oh, I will be back with more next time, I just don't know if it'll be tomorrow. Sorry, I'm like tired now. GG's.